another odd one to add to the fleet is this first London. I think it's a Wright Solar Fusion Arctic. Don't hold me to that. That's a rough guess. I can't remember off the top of my head. And this is also a Corgi original omnibus, and it is in the first Willow Leaf London livery, which sadly now almost disappeared off London streets. I used to love this livery. I loved it so much, but it's sort of lost touch in recent years. This is probably about 7 or 8 years old. It's got good interior, which I could have used, but it would have needed a complete repaint due to the red livery, and it is completely shattered in the middle, as you can see. Now, I could blame myself for this, but it's not been very well built. The plastic has been just literally crumbles in your hand, so I know it's quite old, but Corgi could have done a better job on that, and I'm not sure what I'll end up using this now. It would be a very tough job to rebuild that middle bendy part, if you like. So you probably won't see much of this, but yeah, I thought I might show it, include you on the fleet video. This is my Alexander Dennis Enviro 400 Demonstrator. It's an 07 plate. It's also done by Creative Master Northcord, and it's one of 3 Enviro 400s on the fleet. And it's, funny enough, one of the 3 Enviro 400s to be different. So all 3 are slightly different in some way or other. And this is it's going to be kept in this livery. It will have First fleet names applied to it to show that it's in service with First at this current time, and it will be used on the 23 route, like the other 2 Enviro 400s. This is my other Dennis Dart MPD, the second in the fleet, and this is probably one of the most interesting buses, although it does look quite plain. This is because, although it is in the standard First livery, which is helpful to me, I did buy this for I think £9 at a toy fair, so I got it as a bargain. It does have the name Ammanford in the destination display, and some of you might be thinking, why have I called my layout Ammanford Junction? Well, this is the reason why. I couldn't think of a name. I wanted it to be a realistic name, and when I bought this bus, I saw the name within it. I thought it'd be easier to leave it as it is, and I like the name of Ammanford, so I'm going to keep it like that, and that's what I'll use. So that's what I went with, and that's what I've got now. So I have to sort of dedicate this bus as the actual name giver to the layout. So that's what it's called after, really. So for you people watching this, the clever ones will know that Ammanford is actually a place in South Wales. So no, my layout is not based in South Wales. This is based in the outskirts of Manchester on the West Coast main line. So yeah, this livery is exactly the same. It's going to be used on the 145 route. So no real change to that. It's exactly how it's come, will be exactly how it's used. This is my first Slough Heathrow 77 route. This will eventually be put into the standard First livery. It also run on the routes 57, 58 or 59, the express routes from Ammanford to Manchester City Centre, various parts within the Manchester City Centre. The inside's all correct, so it'll only be the outside I'll be changing. and I need to get 2 or 3 more of these to complete the fleet. They'll run alongside my other first liveried Enviro, not Enviro, Mercedes-Benz Citaro. So yeah, lovely model, and I picked this up for a bargain off eHands as well, made by Creative Master Northcord. Unfortunately, they went bust and no longer on the scene, but there is the Northcord model company which still make the buses in the same way as Creative Master Northcord did, unfortunately at quite a high price. And they've only made a limited number of buses so far. I think they only made about 6 or 7 since they were created about a year and a half ago. So their production line isn't as efficient as Creative Master Northcord either. So, but anyway, as you can see, I've debranded the Slough Heathrow on the side. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up very well. If I can get in there, you can see the sort of the darker blue line. Yeah, so that's what that will end up being, is in the first livery. So and I might keep one in a special branded livery because I quite like the blue on this, to be honest. And I might just keep it in a specially branded livery, something like that. Just the one of them. But I will be keeping where on the black line along the side it says air conditioned toward the back, and up to 6 buses an hour on the side. Those will probably be kept there, even on the normal livery, because as I'll show you later, fictionally, this will be the frequency of the express buses within to Manchester from Ammanford Central Station. Following on from the previous Mercedes I've just shown you, this is the original first Manchester version I had. It did have branding on it for 58/59 route to Oldham, from Oldham into the centre of Manchester, but and that was along the black panels above the windows, and I just debranded that, and it's now just got the every 10-minute branding, and this will be used on the standard express routes into Manchester on the 59, 57 and 58. It has actually got the right destination panels. Get the light not shining on it, saying 59 Manchester Arndale on the front there. It is a very good model. I think it's my first Creative Master Northcord models, and it's got all the right interior, so this won't be changed at all now. That's all fine as it is. This is my last saloon vehicle out of my fleet. This was a first Hampshire bus originally, as you can see the Portsmouth on the front. It did have zip branding. It's probably the bus which has gone the most changes and constant work with on it. Obviously you can see the front bumper's not fitted at the moment. Camera won't want to get into focus, there we go. Because I've been taking it, dismantling it, and that's the way to get into it on the Creative Master Northcord buses. And the interior is obviously fine because it is in the first livery already, but it has had some people added to it, like the driver. There. And 2 passengers, one there and one at the back there with his feet up on the opposite seats, which I quite like. This bus obviously has got a big white part to it, interrupting the rest of the delivery. This is because it did have zip branding, and that's been removed now, and I will continue the stripes along the bottom with the normal first livery. This is my first
Enviro 400 in their standard first livery. This is also different from the one I showed you before. It's got a slightly different window profile on one side, and it's got a few extra seats inside as well. This is originally a first Devon and Cornwall one. It runs from Bude to Exeter, I believe. Bude to Exeter or Bude to Oakhampton, something like that, which it says on the front. And the only changes to this will be the destination boards, and it will say if I can get it into focus. I'm not quite used to the focus on this yet. Just bear with me. There you go. Yeah, just change the destination boards to 23, which will be the route it'll be operating on.